Cameraman, get over here. Look, see what they're showing on the news. A subscriber sent this. Look, damn, this just aired live.
Secret news for all subscribers of our secret news channel. According to absolutely reliable information, in the Perm region, a steam locomotive carrying the latest iPhones from abroad derailed. Right now, a huge number of local residents are diving into the water after this steam locomotive to get themselves iPhones. But it's not easy at all. No one is able to get the iPhones from the bottom because they're very deep. But if someone had scuba gear, it would be easy to get them. That's 100% true.
Got it?
What?
What, huh?
What kind of news is that?
A subscriber sent me the news. Are you crazy or something? Now we basically need to grab our diving gear and go dive for that train. There are iPhones inside, do you understand? This is the solution to all our problems. They told you it was solid info. It's solid info. They told you on the news. What, you don't believe the news, idiot?
No, I don't believe it, especially that kind of news.
What kind? It's normal news.
They said it's absolutely true. We need to dive.
We need to check it out. Let's go get ready, damn it. Guys, if you believe in me and that this is true, pause the video right now and write in the comments like, I want an iPhone, and which iPhone you want. From the ones they showed, I'll give them out to all the subscribers. I'll keep a few for myself. Well, if there's a whole train full of iPhones, there will be enough for everyone. So right now, write in the comments who needs an iPhone, and we'll hook you up. Of course, we need to get them out.
They told you there are a lot of people there, so what? Are you going to fight everyone to get them?
So what's the problem? What do you think, I won't be able to fight underwater. Okay, I need this. For sure. Then here I have my diving gear. And something, yeah, good thing you said that. That a katana probably won't work underwater. A machete would be awkward underwater too. But an axe, I think, is not cool either. Huh? Will it do? Alright, we'll deal with this later. Maybe we can work something out with someone. Like they said on the news, those who have a scuba tank can pull it off. But I'll try with this probably, and if I need to, I'll get a proper one. That's 100% true. Well, that's it. We've packed the equipment, now load it into the car so we can head out. We need to hurry, cameraman.
I'm not going anywhere. This is a bad idea.
You're impossible. You know, what I really need on this team are people who are truly dedicated. You know, the kind who, if I say something, they just go and do it together as a group. If only my subscribers could become part of my team.
How?
Or they can, that's right. They can. You know what? I just came up with a way to bring all the subscribers together in one place. I'll create my own server in Minecraft where there will be auction containers, where there will be strange cars, where you can magnet fish and find all kinds of Jizen VA things. Yes, and for such a project I need players and a team, guys. That's why the first link in the description, I'll create a group on vContactate, and you should definitely subscribe to it if you're interested in this topic. Because it's you. Those who subscribe to this vContacted group first can become members of my team. There we will create a discussion and you can actually get into the closed beta test of my Minecraft server. If you love Minecraft and want to become part of the Zizen VIA team, come join us. I won't let you onto the server, but if subscribers ask, I'll let you in. All right, let's go to the spot. All right, we've arrived at the spot. All the equipment is ready. I brought 2 suits with me. One like this, and the other is a dry suit in case it gets cold. Ah, look, the locals have already left their underwear here. They're definitely swimming. That means somewhere we must be close. We must be close to finding the place where the locomotive fell. Damn, someone couldn't get it out. We have to hurry. Everyone wants to get an iPhone. See over there, there's a fence, and right behind it is the railroad. All these people came here because of the news too, and now they're gathering, apparently diving for iPhones. Basically, we have nothing to do there at all. They'll just tear us apart. We'll be on the other side of this body of water where the train with iPhones fell. By the way, as proof of all this information, did you see that on that side there are rails? The railroad ties, they're right here. Here's one tie, apparently it ended up here somehow. Maybe it floated over from the other shore or something like that.
And that's how the train fell.
Maybe one railroad tie and a whole train got carried over here.
I don't really believe there are iPhones there.
Why don't you believe it? Anyway, I'm going to change now, and then we'll start the dive. Alright guys, I've changed. Basically, I'm ready. But honestly, the water temperature is pretty low. As I figured, that's why most of the guys couldn't get the iPhones from the Locomotive at the bottom, because it's going to be even colder at depth, guys. So it's totally, seriously tough. And that's why I think this suit won't work for me. Most likely I'll need to wear a warmer suit. And again, according to my calculations, right now if the train left from there and it went off the rails for about 500 meters, then now it's at a depth of about 20 meters. That's why we'll have to organize a serious expedition. I'm sure it's worth it to get the iPhones out of the Locomotive. Right now, I'll get some other equipment. I'll have to go back to the car too.
Damn, Via. I want iPhones for myself too.
Oh yeah? Changed your tune already?
So, will you get me a couple? It's no big deal for you.
Screw you. You rushed, you didn't believe.
What, are you being stingy or something?
You didn't believe in me. Do you hear me? Come on, run back to the car. Bring 2 sets of proper scuba gear and we'll dive together. Then I'll share. Come on, go. But after the cameraman brought the suits and we changed, we started acting as quickly as possible, so there was no time to comment along the way. So now I'll tell you what was actually happening. And so we dove in. It would seem, what could be easier than finding a locomotive underwater? But no guys, the search radius is just enormous. And again, the depth is 20 meters. That's just my approximate estimate. I didn't know what the exact depth would be there and what would actually be happening down there underwater. So we had to go in blind to guess our way around. Since the cameraman was a jerk and didn't believe in me at first, I gave him the colder suit. Well, actually, just because there wasn't another one, I have a warm, dry suit and he has a wet suit. That's why he was constantly cold. What wouldn't you do for an iPhone?
Yeah.
When we were swimming, there was only wasteland around us, emptiness and nothing else. We spent a long time searching, wondering where the train was. Since the events happened recently, there should have been suspended silt near the train. That is, the water should have been murky. But there was clear water around us, so we continued searching until we found some murky water. But as we swam, there was only some sand on the left. There were some rocks on the right. And not a single hint of a train where there could be iPhones. In theory, if there had been an impact with the water, the iPhones would have scattered everywhere. But we didn't find anything like that. The main difficulty of our operation was that we started from the other end, and we had to cover a very long distance. And the gas supply in the tank is limited. On top of that, the camera operator was running out of time underwater because it's really cold down there, very cold. And he kept showing us that he was cold and that we needed to hurry. But nevertheless, the camera operator held up well and didn't stop the operation. Because he was ready to give his life for an iPhone. But we could keep wandering around as long as we wanted, but we couldn't find anything, and we thought that this was the end. Nothing will work out. Either the iPhones have already been taken, or the locomotive has been cut up for scrap metal. But then I noticed something. Silt cloudiness. There was a huge locomotive up ahead, or rather what was left of it. From what I could tell, it wasn't the whole locomotive, just several of its cars. Apparently it didn't derail completely, only some parts broke off. So the cameraman and I quickly got together and started our operation. But at that moment, we realized just how badly we had messed up. We didn't bring any suitcases or bags with us. But I was ready to take that many iPhones with me. And the cameraman only needed one. But if anything happened, we would have set up a beacon or buoy. Then we could have easily found that place. That moment has come when I entered the train car. Well, to be honest, when I watch the news, I usually eat, and this morning I had a really big meal, so my fat ass didn't fit into the train car right away. Well, nevertheless, I got inside, and the cameraman had my back. Because actually being inside any kind of enclosed space underwater is very dangerous. Why? Because in case of an emergency, an accident, or equipment failure, a punctured suit or something else, there's simply no way to surface instantly, because there's a train car roof above you. Nevertheless, I kept swimming and exploring. I looked everywhere. I was swimming, looking here and there. And all of it looked more like a passenger car than a freight car. It was like some kind of compartment, maybe something stored in the compartment, maybe even iPhones inside. The cameraman was following me all this time too and tried to watch from the side, so that if the iPhones happened to fall out of the train car, he would find them somewhere close by. But to be honest, while I was moving, I constantly had a feeling of panic. I was always paranoid that someone was following me, because at that moment there were or could have been locals around who could have attacked me, so I was always on edge. I ran through an entire train car. Try it. See how long it takes you when you travel across Russia or somewhere else. To walk through the entire train car on foot, it'll take you at least 2 minutes, maybe even more. But in our case, since we were swimming, it took a lot of time. But at the exit, I noticed something strange. First of all, I didn't find any iPhones, but I saw this. Bubbles. They created a mirror-like surface, something kind of alluring, amazing, cool. But mostly they made me feel uneasy, because if these are air bubbles, it means that maybe someone was here before me. So I decided to leave the carriage, but first I looked around in case there was something else under it. But when I left the carriage, I saw a second diver, and I realized that it was an enemy diver who wanted to take the iPhones, so I quickly reached for the spear. I was already ready to throw the spear at the diver, aiming right at the scuba tank. But then I saw it was cameraman. Alright, it just happened because I was paranoid all the time. Because I felt like someone was constantly watching me. That was probably actually happening. It's just that not every local resident is able to go down to a depth of 20 meters. Most likely, many residents were watching greedily, like vultures, waiting for them to pull out the iPhones, so they could strike at the right moment or follow us to where we take them. Nevertheless, I entered the second car hoping to find the iPhones there. The second car wasn't much different from the first one. It's exactly the same, absolutely the same. There were also what seemed to be passenger compartments there. Most likely that's exactly how it happened, because it was some kind of secret operation, since they posted that news specifically on a secret news channel. So, most likely no one knew that iPhones were being transported there. So in principle, goods iPhones could have been transported on that passenger train. Especially nowadays, there are all sorts of sanctions and difficulties. Maybe that's why it was kept secret. I was swimming, looking around, but I couldn't find a single iPhone or a single box. The cameraman was also looking around very carefully and cautiously, watching everything from the side, trying to find at least one iPhone for himself. Was he risking his life for nothing? But nevertheless, I was already approaching the exit of the train car, that is, its other end, and I discovered something strange. It was some kind of strange object resembling a buoy, a hat, a helmet. What is it? This is nothing other than a sign that someone was here before me. Someone had been here, and maybe that's why the train cars are empty and not filled with iPhones. Maybe that's why someone left those air bubbles there and some object simply because they were in a hurry. Oh damn, I think I figured out what that is. Take a closer look. It's a mini buoy. A mini buoy that villagers used to tie their iPhones to and lift them up without any problems. It turns out these aren't just local villagers. These are seriously trained villagers. Anyway, nevertheless, we spent a lot of time with the cameraman underwater. Our operation was not successful, and we had to start surfacing. But that's also quite an operation. We had to wait for a while. If you don't wait for the so-called safety stop, in diving it's indicated by this sign, safety stop, then health problems can start. The cameraman, of course, didn't care. He was ready to surface anyway, because he didn't get any iPhones, so there was no point in all of this anymore. And later in life too, I assume, but I held him back. What, is he an idiot? Safety stop. We were watching the dive computer to see when it would end. Well, that's it. That's just how it happened, of course. It's very sad. But the operation was completed safely. But we didn't find any iPhones.
Damn, Via, I told you it was all a lie and a setup.
You're the one lying. We both saw the train.
Yeah.
Well, and we saw the locals too. So there were iPhones there too? We were only late because you kept whining. Well, what do you guys think? Write in the comments if you think there were iPhones in that train or not. What do you think? It'll be really interesting to read. How is this connected? What kind of news is this? Damn, maybe we should look for other cars, huh? Maybe those iPhones were in the other cars.
I don't know.
Anyway, guys, if you think there's still a chance to find the iPhones, well, there are a lot of cars in the train. Yeah, about 12 of them, and we've only seen 2 of them. So maybe there were 10 more cars and those were the ones filled with iPhones? So, if you think we have a chance to find iPhones for ourselves and for you, give this video a like.
And write in the comments if you need one.
Comment below if you need an iPhone and how many. If enough people are interested, we'll repeat this operation. We'll load up with new tanks and look for other cars for you that might really be filled with boxes of iPhones. But be sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss the videos that come out regularly just for you. This was Vyacheslav Ismailov, or just Via. Bye, bye, bye.
By the way, these videos are really cool. I recommend you watch them.